What is up, everybody? I'm TySlim, and welcome to TySlimVlogs. Well, we got a latest project here. This is a Yamaha G1 golf cart. I don't know much about it. I think they made them from 1979 to 1983. It's two-stroke, so that's a plus. I'm getting this for my mother, actually, for Christmas. I'm going to restore it a little bit, hopefully throw some fresh paint on it, get it running right. I don't pretty much know anything about it other than it's the cheapest running golf cart that I could find on Marketplace. It currently only runs with the choke on, so hopefully it's just a carburetor issue, but we're going to dig into it and get going. Here it is. It's pretty mint. It's got that salt and pepper paint job that somebody gave it over the years. The tires mostly hold air. The body is not too cracked up or anything, so I think with a little fresh paint it'll look nice. So let's see if let's take a little test drive and see what happens. Well, this thing's running pretty good on choke. It is 26 degrees, but with the wind chill it feels like 13 out here, so it's cold today. I'm gonna slowly push the choke in and see if it gets better or worse. It's getting worse. Need to choke it. Well, I'm going to start working on this Yamaha dog here, but first I got to clear up some room. Obviously, I definitely need more things in here, so I'm going to get this thing workways, and then we're going to pop the engine hood up here and see what we're working with. This we got going on here. Looks like we got a nice used battery, recycled from something else. Looks like an engine to me. Carburetor looks pretty clean there, so I'm not sure. First thing I'm going to do actually is I think I'm going to take the fuel filter off and just look at it and see what's going on here. I saw that there's a fuel filter behind this shield for the gas tank, so I'm just going to pop off these 410 millimeters and just take a look. Well, the fuel pump definitely looks pretty crusty, but I'm not sure. I see the fuel pump goes down to a hard line down here, down along the frame, and then up to a fuel pump actually right here, a little diaphragm fuel pump. And there is that would be right here. And it looks pretty leaky and saturated, but I still just want to pull the carburetor off and see what we got going on here. I just pulled the air box off and the air filter. I mean, no, it doesn't look good, but I mean, it's not totally plugged or anything, so that rules out. Okay, this looks pretty simple to get this carburetor off. This is a linkage here. Hopefully it just pops off. It does. That's sweet. That's just one there. Have to get the choke cable off here. Looks like it's just a Phillips head. Move it. All right, we got another cotter key here. And then this pops out. This is the choke. I'm just going to put it back together where it needs to be. Looks like I have a fuel supply line that I will knock off. And then just a clamp that holds the carburetor boot on. Okay, supply line off. Carburetor clamp. Now the carb should just slide right off with a little bit of persuasion. Holy crap. Okay, carburetor's off. Well, I already found an issue here. I think it was like this, but let me get the flashlight here. This is the pulse line for the carburetor. Or excuse me, this is the pulse line for the fuel pump, and it's broken. So, or at least it was cracked badly. So that would mean the fuel pump is not working properly. So honestly, maybe that's what I should try first. And take it out for a test drive. All right, I found some more line of the correct size, so I'm going to put this on as a new pulse line. I'm going to just put the carburetor back on, and then we're going to test again, because it could have just been this broken pulse line on the carburetor causing all these problems. Okay, I just want to show you that this fuel pump is pumping well, and hopefully you can see it now on camera. It's definitely pumping plenty of fuel. So we know that's good. I'm actually just going to put it all back together and take it out for a test drive. So I went for another little cruise, and after I got the fuel pump running, it seemed to run better, but I still had to choke it to get full power. So there's not really many carburetor adjustments on this. The mixture screw seemed to be 2 turns out, which should be pretty close. Usually they're about 1.5 turns out, typically on 2-stroke stuff, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to take the carburetor apart and see what it is. I don't know if it's aftermarket or original. I'll do that research and figure it out here soon. Okay, guys. It says Mikuni, so that makes me happy. I think it's an OEM carburetor, which is awesome. So let's get this thing apart. 14 mil to get the bowl off. Doesn't look great in there, so that's good. I mean, I kind of want to see it gummed up and clogged up. So, knock the float out. Jet. Pilot out. Okay, come right out. Pilot's kind of stuck. Okay, pilot's out. Pilot kind of seems clean, but we'll blow through it. All right. This jet here kind of seems clear. What's this? An 8mm for the seat. Pop the seat out. Okay, I'm going to get some tools and run everything through this. Run a little needle or little John that I like to run through all these orifices. Let's blow through these orifices. Okay, I mean, I got this thing cleaned out pretty good. Okay, it's back together. Hopefully, something changes here. Nothing looked too concerning, but, you know, you never know. Well, that was no choke. Everything runs good, pulls nicely uphill, goes about 13 mile an hour on the flat, so we're calling this a win. This thing's running really good. It's about 23 degrees right now too, so it's cold, and had no problem firing up. Okay, last night we got the golf cart running well, as far as I can tell, just a quick carb clean. So I'll have to do more testing with the running, but it was in the low 20s last night and wind chill, so that was freezing. But what I like to do with well, this is like 40 years old, is I like to freshen up the engine as far as clean it, just when I do like a quick restoration. So I'm going to use my favorite cleaner, LA Totally Awesome, and let that sit on there for a while. And then I just have some Dawn dish soap sprayed up in here. And I'm just going to focus on the engine right now. So I'm going to spray the engine down, wheel this thing outside, pressure wash it off, and we're just going to focus on the engine and maybe the underside of this body here. So let's get to spraying. Now I just got some Dawn dish soap, and I just like to agitate the dirt a little bit. I mean, I like to try to stay away from the electrical components as much as I can, but I mean, I've done this with vehicles and engine bays. If you let them dry out, I've never had too much poor luck. Well, now that I got everything agitated and the cleaner on everything, I'm going to wheel this thing outside. It's in the low 20s, so hopefully when I pressure wash, everything just doesn't freeze, you know, so I'm just going to try to be as quick as I can. Okay, so now there's just a nice thin layer of ice on everything. So this is nice and dangerous, so I'm going to have to push this back in the garage because I don't want to start it since I got water all up in the intake and stuff. I mean, I plugged it off, but I would just rather push it in. So let's see if we can do this without taking a dive. Nice. Well, here's how this engine came out. I mean, it looks pretty brand new. I really like starting off a little resto build with a clean engine, so that degreased and came out really nice. Well, that's going to do it for the start of this build, of this Christmas present for my mother here. I just wanted to get the engine running well, and I think I did. I'll have to do more testing, obviously, but first I wanted to make sure that this thing was, good enough to put a little time and effort into. I got the engine all pressure washed out and a little bit of all the scum and grime pressure washed. Next episode, I'm going to pressure wash the body, see what's left after I hit it with some higher pressure, and then I'm going to prep this thing for paint. I'm just going to do basically a nice little paint job. I might build a wooden bed for the back here, and that's about it. I will assess the tire situation. I got a couple that are slow leaking air and everything, but I'm really just kind of hoping this is a nice, smooth project and just a quick little grocery getter for my mother here to and from the river. So it'll be nice. Okay, guys, I appreciate you watching. I'm TySlim. This is TySlimVlogs, and as always, stay positive.